Okay, we have painted the expanding foam, sprayed it with a layer of white. You can see that it is actually expanded a hell of a lot, and it's a little bit more than what I expected, but I'm happy enough. It looks kind of moon crater like, but gonna add now varying amounts of green, brown and PVA glue. I've got a tub, just mixing basically randomly with the PVA glue, making green, and because it does not matter when you get it on their first layers, just wanting to have something for it to stick to. I'm gonna just going in all over the foam, polystyrene foam that's left over. And this will act as a, being with the PVA glue mixed in with it, it'll act as an adhesive for any of the sprinkling of scenery stuff that I want to add into it afterwards. I have red clay, grey clay, stone. I have some grey powder, various greens, and then sands and gravels, and accumulated over the last few months or so, picking up for the other course. It really doesn't matter how you go in there. It's wanting just to all cover with varying amounts so it soaks into the polystyrene really, because it does take a bit to soak in. The lumps that you leave behind, even though they take a while to dry, don't make it look interesting with bits and pieces when you add on top of it. Nearly covered on all the foam pieces that are left exposed. Makes it kind of look like moon surface, rock park, kind of. And as you know, mud splatters everywhere, so you can just add the grass and mud colour, just splash it up on the edges, and it looks like it's just splashed, I guess. It's not really, whoa, it's nearly fall backwards, not a lot of room, not really a lot of worry of where you're putting this first coats. Right, now I'll layer some of this gunk on to make it look less like flat surfaces and more like mud piles and as you can see, most of that has been used. This will take a few days to dry because it is really thick in places, and that's what you want to get the textures of, lose all that straight lines and make it look a little bit. There we go. The majority of the great thing with this, having all this extra paint, is randomly going around places where you've done before and just adding more colour, giving it a bit, you know what I mean, definition some places, I guess, isn't it? It's all, you can see I'm mid-building, I've got a wire edging there trying to build a roof from up to top. But yeah, I mean, there's always places in here which could use bits of brown, and it doesn't really matter where you're just adding more colour and texture, the better, to be honest. It adds more detail. It's all just bits of scrapings that I've just taken off that you're not using that top bit. I will give a coat of brown around the black around the outside of here on the sides when I'm closer to them. But yeah, it's, as you see, small bits of brown, just adding texture, colour even. But yes, here we go. And then let's use this final last bit. Lost your sight. Yeah, there we go. Use this final. And it's literally just changing the boring colours that were just adding anything really. Oh, I'm just rambling on. But yeah, you can put as little as much as you like from there. And then now we have various types of gravel, and to add, just gonna show you around through that. Got grasses. It looks like it says oregano, but it is actually a type of grass. And it's got a grey gravel, green powder fine gravel, grass. Then under the red tub, once I put the camera down, only thing with this tripod is you have got the right light angle. You've got the right angle, you're going to miss it. So now I'm going to go around. I've got a coarse iron ore ballast. I'm literally just gonna sprinkle this. It's almost like coffee granules. Just sprinkle it inside the brown of that. It will stick with the PVA glue, adding texture, and yeah, makes it look interesting. Here we go. There. Right, and now I'll go around with powdered grey and green. Just want to damp down these edges. The grey just going around the corners. Looks a bit like the rocks are falling away from the edging. Small pebbles falling down. I have slightly larger grey ballast as well at the moment, but this one needs to go down first. Get some of this down. Literally pound sprinklers from cheap shop, any cheap shop, just simple pound. Most of the ballast and stuff are from local model shops. Most of them have some kind of range of, most of it's used for model railways and things. I'm going for a swing around. Let's go with some grass. Actually, first, let's go with some larger grey. So this one is a larger medium grey ballast. It's quite a larger course, but it won't need as much as this, as I am going around just around the edges mostly. And with rocks, if they don't stick into the glue, obviously rocks move normally, naturally, so all of these bits that aren't actually stuck in will be fixed inside this area, I guess. As you can see, I'm not making any effort to do it specifically anywhere, because what doesn't fall specifically anywhere, does it? It just randomly falls. A little bit too much. I suppose they fall downwards into crevices, don't they? So here we go. Now the bit of grass. Don't think you will be able to see the sprinkler grass coming out, but I can see it's definitely coming out. I have a lot of mosses and things, but where I've made lumps of glue, I can place moss, and it is flocking, I think it's called. Looks something very ominous there, but it isn't. I'm literally just gonna get little lumps of this and push it into the glue. Doesn't have to go anywhere again. It's all natural as you want it to be, as much as or as little as you want it to be. This flocking isn't the most cheapest of things, but you do get quite a bit done. Some on other courses as well. On my other larger scale course I've done just behind me. It's nice that the wife allows me to have the garage to do this. That will do for now for that layer. Let's have a look at it. It's a bit hard to see with the light, sadly, but there we go. That's a bit better. Ooh. Can see I've added a lot of texture in there. A lot of texture in there. On the focus. Next will be the foam, giving it a greyer coat. It's hard to see. You can see all the little bits and pieces. Add in a little bit more. Majority of that now, all the scenery part, the rock, mud is done. I'm pretty pleased with that for the moment. Cool, thank you.